That's all right.
All right. Hello.
Oh, we were not testing.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, no, that's okay. Hello, everyone.
We're just hoping the mic works. So, hello.
Okay. Hello.
Welcome to Needles
it's
at
me.
the
At the
Needles at the Ready.
Welcome to the Poop Show.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Ray.
This is episode
And we're two
50.
wild and crazy guys.
Yeah,
Do you remember where that's from?
No. We're in a...
This is coffee number 4, which probably was a bad idea. Are you having caffeine in your tea?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Can we just...
What?
I can't even with us today. We just think about, like... So before we hit record, we take a bunch of pictures. And it normally takes us, like, 3...
And every single picture on that we post is exactly the same. If you look, we're just wearing different outfits. Our facial expressions are exactly the same. I don't understand why we have trouble.
So, all right. So I'm going to start again. Welcome to Needles at the Ready. This is episode 54. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Ray.
We are coming to you from Stratford, Connecticut. Today is Saturday, February 5th, 2022.
22. Yes. You
Not
went
what I
back
said
2
last-
years last
I did.
podcast.
So welcome back to all of our returning viewers, and welcome to any of our new viewers. This
Yes,
is our
welcome.
little
Corner.
YouTube channel where we talk about knitting, sometimes crocheting,
I've been crocheting, but I'm not enough to show.
some yarn dyeing, some purchases, some I will post, also known as Happy Mail, and purchases is also breaking the bank.
Yeah.
So today I have 2 FOs and I think 2 whips.
I have one FO that was finished
2 hours ago.
2 hours ago, which I'm really happy that you told me to finish it. And I have a handful of whips.
Okay.
I don't know how many.
Well, let's start with what we're wearing today.
All right. We don't do this often enough.
Well, what I did...
Oh, you found the bin, though.
Yeah, I found a bin of, like, stuff that we just haven't taken out from last winter.
Right.
So I'm going through it and finding things that I love that I've knit.
Right.
And I'm going to start pulling
It's
them out
actually
and showing.
maybe a little bit warm for a hat, so maybe I'm not
So,
gonna...
today I'm wearing the Groove Shawl
It's Butte.
by Stephen West.
Tiffle.
This is probably the first... This is the first shawl that I ever knit.
Right.
Cancel. Oh, I downloaded a Danish version.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. We can learn how to speak a different language by
So-
reading knitting patterns.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the first shawl I knit. First time I did cables.
I have a different language pronunciation today.
First time I probably did yarn overs. And I know that this shawl was knit... I did a bad job shaving today. This was knit out of the Fiber Co. Acadia yarn. Don't know the colors. It's a nice, like, tweedy-ish. There's just, like, bits in it. Some really, like, bigger parts. This was the one that I messed up on, right? So it started on this edge with not an I-cord, but I didn't know when I first started knitting that when I was slipping stitches, my yarn should have been in the back.
Oh.
So every cable has the yarn, the brown
In the
yarn
front.
in the
Oh,
front.
yeah, look at that.
So that was my first time doing an I-cord bind off.
Oh, it's really nice and soft and squishy.
It is. I
And dense,
really love
like
this.
it feels like it's warm.
I actually love the yarn. I bought a bunch of... When I went to Knit New Haven once, they had a bunch of the asparagus colorway on sale, so I just bought them all. And then I put some buttons on because it recommends it. These I got from Knit New Haven as well. I got the yarn from Knit New Haven also. And then the buttons, you use these yarn overs on either side of the cables as buttonholes.
Oh,
So that
that's
it
clever.
won't fall off. This is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
It's a nice, like, crescent-y, circular crescent, I would guess.
Easy to wear underneath like a jacket.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
not bulky.
No.
It's all
What's
garter.
the weight of the yarn, did you say? I'm sorry.
I want to say it's DK, if I'm not mistaken.
It looks...
Maybe fingering. Let's see. Let me pull up the non-Danish pattern so I know.
Look at young Steven.
Oh, it's a free pattern, too.
Oh, that's great.
But why is it in Danish only now? Am I doing something wrong? You talk about what you're wearing while I find this.
All right, well, the hat that I took off is my absolute favorite hat in the whole entire world. I may put it back on. The heat just kind of kicked on full blast. Usually it doesn't when we're sitting up here, but this is my very first ever sockhead slouch hat by Kelly McClure in... She's now Plies and Hellhounds, but she used to be called Once Upon a Corgi. And this is knit out of the colorway Death, or Death Becomes Her.
Just Death.
I thought it was just Death, but then I think at the time she was naming her yarn as something else, and I think she just put Death as like a shorthand. But anyway, it's gorgeous. This is Corriedale, right? 100% Corriedale, I think.
It is. It is
held up
blend.
so well, and honestly, how often do I wear this hat?
All the time.
All the time. You know me and my sockhead slouches, but this is the one that started it all, and it's still hanging tight and tough. Hanging tight, hanging tough.
It is DK, and the recommended yarn was Fiberco Acadia.
Oh, good job. And then this beauty is the Angler by Jill Zielinski, aka Knitterella. I've shown this probably a bunch because I wear this a lot as well. It's a super simple pattern. It's super easy to wear. It's a nice triangular shawl. The yarn is North Bay Fiber, which is Jill's company. Oh, wow. Look at you. Like we planned this. We totally didn't. And this is knit out of Steelhead. And I have some things to show in from North Bay.
All right.
But I love this. It's super squishy, and the more that I wear it, the softer and easier, like drapey it gets almost. Yeah. That makes sense?
Okay.
Yeah, super warm.
All right. So
that is what we have.
That's what we're wearing. So let's talk about our last 2 weeks.
There.
What happened?
Well,
so we had podcast on a Saturday. That Saturday, we went to your parents' house for your dad's birthday.
Yeah, it was my dad's birthday. Thank you, everybody, for wishing my father a happy birthday. Now I can't get this back on.
That's because you fidget.
No, it's because I like to put it on when I'm standing up. I don't know. I might we're just going to hang out like this.
So we went to your parents' house. We hung out with your parents, your brothers, and their wives.
And we saw our niece and nephew.
Yep. So that was a nice time.
That was a nice time.
And then
I gave Reese that cowl that I knit, which she seemed to love. Yeah.
Sockhead cowl.
Mm-hmm. We got a really cute picture of her with it. I think I posted it on Instagram.
Yeah. And then
super cute.
Sunday, did we snowstorm?
Was Sunday the snowstorm?
No, that was last weekend.
No, that was
that was last weekend. So that was probably that for that.
Yeah, weekend. And then we prepared for the shop update, I think, that weekend as well. We were like starting to scan up some yarn and label everything. I don't think there was much else that happened that weekend.
No, I don't think so. I think then last weekend, well, during the week, Tarquin hurt himself.
He did.
I think it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
No, Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
You had gotten home from work. He jumped off the couch, landed wrong, and
this dog. So he's
made
12.
a noise that I've never heard him make before.
No, he was like screaming in pain. It was the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
He's okay right now. But like that night, you know, we went to the emergency vet twice because the first time we went, and of course this dog, he thinks that he's a puppy, but he's gonna be 12 in August.
Yeah.
Which is great. He's got a lot of energy, and he looks like a young dog.
He does. He does not look like he's
his
aged.
Bones, you know, everything, like things age. So he just gets so excited, and I got home from work, and he did his like greeting thing, and then afterwards, we have to sit down on the couch with him usually. Like when we get home, he wants us to sit on the couch so that he can like kiss us and pet and jump on our lap and all that. And then I got up to like take my jacket off, and then he like jumped. He
does not.
He does this giant arc.
We call it his gazelle jump because it's just like whoosh, and
he like jumps up to jump down, which is so bizarre. And then he must have landed wrong. He had a slip disc. I don't know if you guys remember, probably back in September, and he must have aggravated it.
He aggravates it. It first started happening a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So he aggravates it every now and again.
But to try to tell him, like, you know, it's hard to tell these dogs, like, they don't understand.
Right.
We're like, easy.
Yeah.
They look at you like we're morons.
But then he re-aggravated it again on Wednesday this week.
Yeah.
So that's been fun, trying to keep him just, like, super calm. And trying to change his routine when we come in the house now.
Right, so he's not so, like, crazy.
So that's been kind of, it's almost like training him again to just be a little calmer.
Yeah.
And then last weekend we had the shop update. So thank you to everybody.
Oh my
who
gosh, it was amazing. Thank you
made a purchase. We did that last Friday, which was the first time we did it on a Friday night, and it worked out really well for us.
Yeah.
Because we had all weekend to package orders. So I think going forward, I'll probably just continue to do it that way. Because
so far, I think we only made one mistake.
We made one mistake.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're not professionals.
No, we're not.
So there is some yarn still left, and we'll probably. Are you going to show some?
Yeah, I brought whatever.
Oh, that's great.
I brought the colorways that are left in the shop.
Yeah, it's really fun, and now like we're starting to see people post on Instagram that they received it, and somebody already started knitting with it, which is really so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
I can't remember. I just saw it on Instagram today.
Kate posted a picture though, and that's of an old purchase.
Kate who?
Kate from Knitting Posse.
Kate from Knitting Posse. So
Yeah,
the
she's
Knitting
knitting
Posse
a
they got together and did a live
They did.
episode.
So
I was
that
so
nice.
bummed I was stuck at work, but we watched it afterwards.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
And I kind of think that's been it for the 2 weeks, right? Yeah. We haven't really done much. We had snow
We had
last weekend. We had a foot of snow. We had ice last night. So it was just...
Winter is here.
yeah, so that's kind of what last weekend was shoveling and the shop update for the most part. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, we hung out on our knits.
Yeah, we did.
Which was
like
nice.
a ton of knits.
Mm-hmm. That's all we were. I'm just kidding.
No, we did one more thing last weekend.
Tell me.
We had a men's knit night.
Oh my gosh, that was so
On
much fun on
Saturday.
Saturday.
So
Totally.
if you're new, last year we had attempted to start a monthly men's knit night.
Right.
So we had a sign up
In
form.
true Ray and Kevin fashion.
We didn't. We did it for 2 months.
Right.
And, well, we did 3 knit nights last year. We did April,
Mm-hmm.
May, June, and we just haven't gotten around to doing one since.
Right.
So we had a sign up form, and we went with that initial sign up form and just sent an email to all the guys who signed up, letting them know that we were going to have one and they were welcome to join if they could. So I think we had a good 30 to 40 people. Mm-hmm. And it was fun. Such a good time. We knit for 2.5 hours on Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to share patterns and experiences. People from all over
joke around
the world. Tons of jokes.
It's great.
Yeah, it's not kid friendly.
It's definitely not kid friendly.
Not at all.
But it's so much fun. So if you joined us, thank you so much. We have so much fun doing that. So we are going to attempt to do another one this month.
Mm-hmm. And then I think at one point we'll do another this
Combo?
year some point. Yeah, we'll do a big knit night bonanza.
Okay.
Or knit day or knit together.
Okie dokie. So let's talk about some knitting, shall we? Right? That was everything, I think.
I don't know.
Right.
I think so.
Let's do
you
it.
know what I got reminded of today by my mom? She sent me a text message.
What?
That 8 years ago today, I found out that I passed my NCLEX and I was an RN.
Oh,
so I've been an RN for 8 years. I graduated December 2013 and I took my test February 2nd. And then I got my results 8 years ago today.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Here's a round of applause.
Oh, that's clever. How long have you been sitting on that for?
Just came to me.
Oh.
You've never seen that?
No, but I've seen let me give you a hand, if somebody's lifting something and you just do this.
All right. So let's jump into FOs. I have 2.
I have 1.
So I'm going to go with my biggest accomplishment of the last 2 weeks.
I really thought you were going to grab that one. Are you going to show that one?
Yeah. So
You're such a jerk.
this is my
Woohoo!
half and half dishcloth.
Lovely.
Pearl Soho.
That's the wrong side.
No, I made a mistake.
Oh,
This is the right side. I made a mistake when I did my...
I mean, it's a dishcloth. There's no right side.
Yeah,
wrong.
seriously.
It doesn't matter.
So you guys have seen this a bunch of times. It's Pearl Soho Buttercup. And
Buttercup. No, that's...
It is Buttercup yarn. This is
No,
my
I know
bearded
that,
pearl
but the
bag.
song is different. You don't listen to me.
That is...
We haven't tried using these yet, huh?
Yeah, I use...
for the face.
I use the house ones.
For the face.
So cedarwood and gray cloud.
Cedarwood, is this red?
Yeah.
Brownish red?
Yep.
Rusty?
So these were other ones.
That looks
that
very red to me.
I had previously knit. And
They're
then-
fun.
So I was watching a podcast yesterday. I was watching We Share Needles. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever watched them with me.
I don't think so. You do a lot of things without me.
I do. So one of them was knitting dishcloths. And do you know that they only consider a finished object if it's a pair?
Of dishcloths?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. They wouldn't like us.
Oh.
No.
So with the pattern, it's a free pattern on Pearl Soho's website. And I just adjusted the pattern. It calls for 72 stitches. I do 48. It gives me, I think, a more reasonable sized
Totally.
dishcloth. I will try the 72 one time just to see, but not right now. I do
you
like
hear my stomach?
I do hear your stomach. You're
Oh my gosh.
starving.
I am starving.
And we have like nothing to eat.
We have
So 48
pretzels.
stitches, and there's a bunch of different ways that you can knit this. Where I think it's this side, because this is technically section 1. You can stripe it a bunch of different ways and do some color blocking on it to make them look different. I just think it's a really fun, easy pattern. It doesn't. It's probably my favorite dishcloth pattern. Mm-hmm. I think you could.
I think the yarn is really nice too.
Yeah, but I think you could adjust this for
Dish picks?
Knit
Dish
Picks
picks
Dishy.
nitty?
So maybe I'll do that next. Maybe I'll do one out of some Knit Picks Dishy out of 2 colors and see what it's like and come up with a stitch count for it. All right, that's what I'll do.
All right, wonderful. You know
So
what
yeah.
else that we did do these past 2 weeks?
What?
Because Tarquin got hurt, we took our bed off of our bed frame.
We did.
Our bed was really high
Yeah.
off the ground, and he jumps up and then like jumps down. I picked things up and put them down. So we took it down.
Where's that from? Is it a
It's like a
cartoon?
commercial. No, I think it's a commercial for a gym.
Oh, yeah, you're
Isn't
right.
it? Like
yeah.
a no stress gym
Yes.
or whatever.
So that's my first fantastic FO.
Lovely. Great. Mine are my Sprout socks by Woolens and Nosh. I showed these last time. I don't know where I was last time, but
sorry, can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
Sorry. The dishcloth is knit on a US 3.
Perfect.
That's it.
Thanks.
You continue.
All right. These are them.
I freaking love that color.
I can't.
It's so damn
So good. I love it so much. And so, let me tell you everything about these socks. Because I already talked about them last time, but I will talk about them again. So this is knit out of Woolens and Nosh. This is Sprout, like I said. It is 90% superwash targy and 10% nylon. It's a 3-ply. It's 411 yards for 100 grams. It is wonderful to work with. The yarn it feels very strong.
Yeah.
Even though there's not a lot of nylon in it. I don't know if it's the 3-ply or what. It feels very strong. It's toothy without being toothy, if that makes sense. Like it feels like
It doesn't. To me, it doesn't feel toothy. It just feels sturdy.
sturdy. Maybe that's the word I'm looking
Yeah.
for.
It feels like a good hardy yarn.
Yes, totally. So all of the information can be found in my Ravelry page for this, except I didn't update that I finished it yet because I just finished it like 2 hours ago. This is what I have left of the main skein, which is 20 grams.
Oh, wow.
And then I waited, so I wanted to do a cut and heel. I waited because I wanted to do contrasting heels, toes, and the cuffs, because I think all 3 look just amazing. And I wasn't sure if I was going to have enough, because this is all I had left after knitting both socks, and I wasn't sure if it was enough for the heels, because there was 1 gram left of each one, and I'm sure it wasn't going to be enough. But then, so Woolens and Nosh, Michelle, she had an update, and we jumped right on it, and she was selling the minis for this. This is called Potting Soil. I don't know if she has any left, but this, I would stock up on a couple of them. This is really fun.
Yeah, it's a nice...
As a mini. It's really, really fun. It's, it's super cool. So I did weigh it all out, and I had combined with this and these 2, I have 19 grams left of the mini. So I definitely wouldn't have had enough.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I knit these on 10-inch circulars, and on the Addy Easy Knits, one of the needles is longer than the other. I found them not super pleasant to knit with because I thought they were dull. The needles they weren't very sharp. It's like I would say you have those, which are very dull. The Chowgoos, which is like that perfect sharpness for me. And then the Haya Sharps, which are just too sharp for me. So, anyway, I did do the whole sock on them. It wasn't bad. It just, I feel like it didn't go as fast as it could have.
Okay.
Because I was struggling sometimes picking up the stitch because it wasn't super sharp. I did 72 stitches. I did a 2x2 rib for, I believe I did 20 rows of that. My heel was an afterthought heel, which I am so surprised. This is only my second afterthought heel or third afterthought heel, I think.
Oh, because you normally do.
I do the fish lips.
Yeah.
But I find this extremely comfortable.
They are.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe because that was one of my first experiences knitting, like those socks that I did the cut-in heels before I graduated to other ones. But I might do more of these. I find these very, very comfortable.
The only thing I find about those, which I've just noticed because I just did them on my Woolens and Osh, the ones that I showed last time, is that when I did my afterthought heel, I carried the yarn. I did the Weave and Steven.
I did not.
And I can feel that on the bottom of my heel, so that's a little bit irritating to me. So I don't know if it's just because I did that or if I should have added a couple extra rows because I knit 4 extra rows before I started the decreases.
Good
on
point.
Mine. So maybe I should have done like 6.
I did 5.
Okay.
I did 5 extra rows. So when and then a tip which I thought was really good, and those of you who cut in heels probably know, but when you go to pick up the stitches. So like when you go to pick up your stitches, so you're picking up the row, here, and then you're picking up here, and you're cutting the row in between all of that. When you're pulling out your thread and like unraveling it, leave 2 stitches on each side unpicked, and that'll help with any of the gaps. Like there are no gaps or holes that I had to sew in afterwards. So I just weaved everything in. Wove everything in afterwards. I didn't do the Weave and Steven thing because sometimes it does tend to get a little bit tight.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that. It gave me a lot of room. So like you can see, like I didn't have to do any. There's like no gaps or anything like that. So leaving those 2 stitches,
it really, really helps.
Yeah, it does. So that was a lot of fun. It took me a little bit of time because I switched to Magic Loop to do the heels and the toes. But we didn't have and these are on US zeros. So it's a 2 millimeter needle, which created a very nice dense fabric. It's actually very comfortable on my foot. But I ended up, I had to use what we had on hand, and we only had these Knit Picks 32-inch in a 2 millimeter. Guys, this cord is so bad.
I know it's such a struggle to use compared to whatchamacallit.
And I know people say you can put it over like a pot of water,
boiling water. You put it in boiling water.
It's not worth it to me to do that. So this was just something that
use what you love. Use what you love.
Yeah, it was very very finicky.
That's a really fun colorway.
It is so much fun. I think she might have. I don't know if she still has any left from her shop update. She did her shop update last week. The yarn just came yesterday.
Yeah.
So they've been sitting without the heels in them for a little while now, and so I just ended up doing that while we were watching TV. And then this morning, right when we got up, I picked up the stitches on the last sock. But super fun. I think these look so great. It was the mini that sold me on this.
Absolutely.
When we were at
110%.
Rhinebeck or like before that or whatever, when we saw the sample.
Yeah.
Like seeing the mini with this colorway, I was like, oh yes.
That is
it.
That's how yarn dyers get us.
They get you.
It's with the samples.
Just cleverness.
Or the name. Like a name will make you buy yarn.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it's named after something you love.
Yeah.
You are going to, in most cases, you're going to buy that yarn. Like the Dune yarn I bought from Desert Vista Dye Works because it was Dune and I love Dune. So I was like, oh, I'm going to buy it.
Well, I mean, we joined the Quotable Dumbledore Club.
Right, because we love Harry Potter.
And so 12 skeins later, we...
Same thing with my Downton Abbey clip.
Totally.
Before I move on to my next FO, I'm going to do a little update on this purchase. Because, so we talked about this a couple weeks ago. And some people like tagged us on Instagram that they bought them. So this is the needle case that we got. Our friend Jeff recommended. This is the Delicue from Jimmy Bean.
We got it from Jimmy.
We got it from Jimmy Bean's wool.
Yep.
I freaking love.
I know
this case.
I know.
If you are looking for a case,
we are not sponsored.
We are not sponsored. It's not inexpensive, but it's cheaper than some of the other cases that I've seen.
Yeah.
That people love.
Yeah.
You know. So it's a canvas. Mine's olive.
Mine's blue. I didn't bring it up. I didn't know where you're going with it.
No, I thought about it today because I was putting needles away.
Yeah.
But here's your needle storage, your cords. Like, again, so many pockets. I have some extra needles here.
Yeah.
I have some extra needles back there.
So here I have I have an entire set of needles here as well as in the front.
And then, I don't know. And then on this side, I just have nothing.
Yeah,
right
what
now.
do you have? I don't
curious. Have anything. I'm actually going to keep. You know what I thought? I'm going to put on this side, maybe in like the zipper. I want to put a measuring tape.
That's what I have in mind.
So I'm going to put a measuring tape in here. Maybe an additional pair of scissors in here.
I have a needle gauge in there as well.
Oh, a needle gauge would be good
because they're flat.
Yeah. So guys, if you are in the market for a needle case, you're looking for a good one.
It's one of the best.
I really think that this is a good investment.
Yeah.
I think it was $70 or $75 if I'm not mistaken. But I think you would be very pleased with it. I'm so happy now that we've had it. I think for about a good month now.
Yeah, and right? we use them all the time.
So just an update on that. All right, so I have one more FO.
It's in front of your face.
It is, but I'm gonna get my stuff. So this had been living in my Hide and Hammer Lego song bag, and this is the Mosaic Cowl by Weaver Knits. It has two versions. There's a short version and a long version. It's a worsted weight cowl. It takes short version takes 300 yards if you're using one color, or 150 of each if you're doing a two color one. If you're doing the long version, it's 600 yards and 300 yards. So I knit mine out of Primrose Yarn.
I don't know if you have to go potty.
Out of their Rhone DK is a 3-ply, and it is 60% American superwash merino and 40% domestic non-superwash merino. This is what was considered my main color, and this is called True Calm. This is a mess. This is what I have left of skein number 1.
It's a really pretty color.
It is. I never made it to skein number 2 with this.
Oh, that's good.
And then my second color,
that'd be a nice color for a hat,
is called Burnout, and this is on their Homestead worsted base, which is the 3-ply worsted, and it's 100% superwash merino. It's about 150 yards. This is what I have left of my second skein. So this is some greens and yellow. No, that's a lie. Grays, yellows, and oranges. So last time we saw it, I had barely started.
You weren't even sure if you wanted to continue.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue. I barely started, and I picked it up on like Sunday or Monday and said, you know what, I'm just going to go for it and see if I can finish it. And I did.
You certainly did.
So here...
Oh, it's beautiful. It's showing up really, really well.
Here's the finished...
It's so good.
Cal, what I love about this is that it goes... So here's your... We're going to say the middle section. And you can see it
looks almost 3D.
It's
like
reversed.
It's set back.
So you do color... We'll say color B here is like... But color A there. So it just breaks it up a bit. It was actually really, really nice to knit. I don't think it went really fast.
You don't think it went fast?
No.
I think it did go fast.
It did go very fast. The pattern I liked. I don't know. The pattern to me, honestly, was written a little bit strange. Yeah. But it took me a little bit to adjust to it.
Oh, it's great.
It wears well.
Yeah, it does.
The yarn itself is really nice to work with. It's a 3-ply, very round and sturdy. I'm going to say it doesn't feel like a super soft merino. It's not rough against your skin.
Right, sure.
But it just has like structure to it. It's a very structured yarn. But yeah, I really enjoyed knitting it. It's knit on a US 7, which is a 4.5 millimeter.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's it. Because I have the pattern. Because an 8 is a.
So you knit it on the recommended.
Yeah,
pattern.
I definitely did the recommended. 4.5 millimeter. I used quite a long cord for it, too. And what I did initially, y'all, when I cast this on, when you go to join in the round, obviously we're trying to prevent twisting it. So I used my knitting barber cords. Well, not the knitting barber ones. I used the pony
bead string or
the
whatever.
pony bead string cords to add it on, so I could spread out my stitches
I think that was really
enough
smart.
to make sure that I wasn't twisting them. Because I feel like when you have too many stitches on, that's when you're more likely to twist them, because you can't kind of see and spread them out far enough. So yeah, it's just a really nice.
It's a beautiful. It's
a really
beautiful,
nice
and I love the
design.
colors that you chose.
It took a while to like really see this
Yeah, I know.
pattern here. Took a while to see how it was going to work, but now that it's all done, I think it's beautiful. I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe gifting it to somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know that this is something I might wear every day,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Because of the colors or the.
I feel like
the style.
I don't know. We'll see.
Huh.
This is kind of like a.
It'll be a really nice gift. Yeah. That's one of the things that we wanted to do this year too. Is if there was something that we weren't just going to put it in a bin.
Right, and I wanted to knit from stash.
Yeah.
I bought this at Knit New Haven during the I-91 shop hop, so it was a kit there. I wanted to make sure I did it, so I got 2.5 skeins out of stash.
That's really great
for this.
Good job.
I have a full skein of the green, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I may use the 2 colors again and do a hat.
Yeah.
And try to use them up. So, yes, so this is my Mosaic cowl. Enjoyable knit. I like Mosaic knitting. And again, like I said last time, there wasn't a lot of purling in this, which is, for me, was different for Mosaic knitting. All the Mosaic knitting I did had a lot of purl stitches in it. This had some, but not as many as I was accustomed to. But it's a nice knit. And what I love the color change in the yarn with the orange.
Yeah,
when
so
the orange really pops out. And it just kind of worked where it did it in the same sections.
Yeah.
Like here, it's orange and gray. Here's orange and some of the orange. So I don't know. It just worked out really, really well. And I did not plan it by any means. So, yeah.
Really good job.
And that's my last FO.
Lovely.
Oh, you have no more.
No, thanks. Rub it in.
No, we're fine. That's great. So now we're moving on to whips. Oh, actually, I had a question for everybody. Going back, since I know we both have some socks in our whips. And you had just showed yours with the afterthought heel.
Uh-huh.
So, question for self-striping sock knitters. When you are doing your afterthought heel, when you're thinking of your placement, do you do your placement of your heel between 2 colors or in the middle of a colored stripe? So if your stripe's 5, do you do it but like cut out that 3rd row?
Well, it's interesting that you ask. Thank you for asking me. When I was putting in my heel here, I did it in between 2 stripes, right?
Right.
But I kind of wish that I did it in the middle of 1 stripe.
I think it would have been good if you did it in the middle of that light pink there.
Here.
It may have
Me
popped
too.
a little bit more.
That's what I'm thinking, because I did it against this like purpley color. What color is that?
That's like a
plum?
Yeah, it's a plum or a cabernet.
Oh, okay. Fancy pants. So I think it kind of blends a little bit here. Yeah, I agree. I think my next pair I would probably try to split one. I think that would be fun. Although I think you can do either one. It's totally fine.
But you really have to
you're right.
Make that decision ahead of time.
Not really. You can always do it afterwards.
No, because if you want it, let's say...
True afterthought heel.
Correct. But can I see the socks?
Yes.
Just for a moment. So if you wanted to do the blue, for instance, your leg would be much shorter.
Right, you have to measure.
You have to kind of plan it ahead of time,
right,
to decide, to make sure that you're still knitting enough for your leg, or your foot, rather.
If you want a certain length leg,
Correct.
if you do it top down.
Okay. So whips. I have 2. You have how many?
I don't know.
Because we normally use that to determine who goes.
4.
You go first then.
4. But one of them I did not put a lot on, and I was debating whether or not showing it.
Sure.
But I'm just going to show it anyway. Because it's really fun, and this is going to be something that I'd probably work on not monogamously. Well, I mean, I don't ever work on anything monogamously.
You do not.
But this is going to be something I think I'm going to work on for a while, and I might bring this with me to Rhinebeck because I think it would be really kind of fun, and it's an accomplishment for me. What is it that you ask?
Please, because...
Let me show you. This is the Brioche Adventure by Jonathan Tallow. It is... I've shown this. I'm so excited for the finished product, but I'm loving the act of knitting it. So, this is living in my chip basket, which are not for sale, so don't bother him, but really go bother him because we really want them to put them on sale. This is using my Yarn Cafe Creations Advent, and it is Christmas at Hogwarts. This is the year 5 Advent, and it's a combination of Yarn Cafe Creations. Well, I was just showing the microphone just before I show you guys. And Dragon Horde yarn. It's mother-daughter. And I am just randomly choosing skeins to knit with. This is what I have. This is the back. This is the front. So I added, I think I was like, I just started this. I finished this little block here, I think, since the last time I showed it. So not much, but isn't that fun?
Yeah.
It's so fun. And I love the little garter break that you get from your brioche. You're keeping the same amount of stitches on the needle, give or take 1 or 2, because you're increasing and decreasing on each side. You can see we're increasing over here and decreasing over here. And you're not doing any brioche increases or decreases. It's just via knitting, which is great. So I'm just about to add my next color in, and what I've been doing is, so the pattern has the row, the main color for the row below is going to be your contrast color for the row above. So you can see here, this was my contrast color, and now it's my main color for this block. And so this was my contrast color, and now that's my main color for this block, and it'll keep going. So I'm trying to find yarns that are contrasty, but like really fun. And I've also been trying to do 1 skein of Yarn Cafe Creations and 1 skein of the Dragon Horde yarn. I mean, and any of them really will work together. Like this can work together. So my next color...
It's very soft.
Isn't it so soft? This yarn is amazing. My next color is this. I hand wound this. I did a piss poor job of it.
No, it's not bad.
So I'm gonna stick back to my using the
I love hand winding.
The Swift.
I know. I'm gonna buy that thingamajigger.
I know. So this one that I'm adding next is Order of the Phoenix. I'm also, what I appreciate is each one of these is labeled individually with the colorway name, and it tells you what it is. So I think they're both their version of sock. 85-15. Yeah, they're both 85-15. 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. They're 20 gram skeins, about 85 yards or so. And I am updating my Ravelry page, or I will be. I've been keeping track of what colors I put where. So, for example, I have So, like, this is I think I showed you this last time. So, color 1 was Department of Mysteries. 2 was The Boy Who Lies, then Room of Requirement, Rescuing Mr. Weasley, Tonks, and then I'm going to add in that Order of the Phoenix. So it's just been a lot of fun. You know, Brioche, I am just so loving Brioche. These are my finished skeins, so I'm just going to keep adding to this bag. I don't know. I love it. I think it's going to be so squishy and fun. Like, imagine, like, when it's all done, like, how cool that's going to look.
I think it'd be really cool.
And what an accomplishment, I think, for me, for my knitting journey.
Yeah.
Like, I've only been knitting for 2 years, and yet, like, you know, and I feel like this is kind of fun.
I think that would be really cool, too, if you just had 2 colors and you alternated the colors every section.
Yeah, he just put out another pattern, Brioche shawl pattern, which I think only uses 2 colors.
Oh.
I can't remember the name of it right now.
I feel like
I think I actually bought it. And yes, and I showed it last time.
Oh, we didn't know how to say it.
Yeah. It doesn't use only 2 colors.
No, that uses 3, it looks like.
Yeah.
But still, you could take that same kind of palette. This is the color.
And somebody said that this means, this word here, they gave me a pronunciation, but I can't possibly say it. But that means life rings, I think.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's inspired by like the rings of a tree.
Fun.
Yeah. Oh, the Swedish word. Oh, it's right here in the pattern. It's the Swedish word for annual growth rings and an amazing organic shape that gave inspiration to this design. So the Swedish word for annual growth rings. Okay. So that is my first whip. I'm going to take my time with it. I may not show it every, if I put a little bit of progress on it. Nancy is working on one from Trilogy Yarn. She's almost done. Hers is gorgeous. If you haven't checked out her podcast, On the Needles, she shows it in her latest episode where she's flying solo, and she did a great job. Hang in there, Nancy. You're doing great. And then that's it.
Okay.
That's that one.
My next whip just reminded me, and we forgot to do this last time, is that we have coupon codes. We didn't talk about our coupon codes.
We do at the end of the podcast now, remember?
No, we started because we were back to like a manageable amount. We had a lot previously, so we're back to a manageable amount.
You can find this all linked down below. Everything we're talking about, if you're new here and you haven't yet checked out our show notes, we try to be as detailed as possible and link everything that we do talk about.
Yeah.
So you can find that information below, including the coupon codes.
Oh, and there's something else we have to talk about. Okay, so coupon codes. We have Naughty Knitting Sacks.
Oh, wait till you see.
Yeah. Which the code is PricklePants15 for 15% off your order.
She was one of our first coupon codes.
She was. Mm-hmm. I think she made her and probably Trilogy Yarn.
I think so. They're our longest running coupon codes.
And she is on Etsy.
Yeah.
Then we have Trilogy Yarns. Mm-hmm. The coupon code is NATR15 for 15% off your order, excluding clubs.
But Nancy's working on some really new fun colors. We might have gotten a glimpse or two.
And then we have Knit Swag.
Oh, yeah. That was I was going to show it.
Here, go. Then we have Knit Swag.
You're such a jerk.
The coupon code's Kevin and Ray for 15% off your order. Lila Styles, who's a bag maker, which you'll see shortly, which is Love NATR 10 for 10% off your order. Then we have Always Queenie Believe.
Oh, wait till you see what we got from her.
Her code is 9-inch Cirque, which is 20% off your order. Then we have a brand new one, which is from
Katie Did Bags.
Katie Did Bags. The coupon code is Kevin and Ray 10, and it's for 10% off your order.
Now,
she has some new bags that she just released.
Do you want to show them? Because they're gorgeous.
Hold on, I'm going to her shop. Oh,
yeah.
So they're
quilted.
They're quilted bags.
Oh, I love that one.
This one?
Yeah.
So check out all of these
She's sold
shops.
out of a few of them. So they're going fast. Please get in there.
And then the other thing that we totally forgot that was on a whim is that we're having a knit-along this month. Starting today. We're having a sock knit-along.
That's today?
Starting today.
We didn't talk about... I mean, you mentioned it.
So one of our prizes...
Oh, yeah. You're such a jerk.
Is the sock architecture book by Lara Neal. So...
The book we like...
This, and we'll throw in a skein of yarn. So we'll pick something from our prize bin. Mm-hmm. And we will pull... So one winner...
What's it called? The book So nice we bought it twice.
Yeah, so
That
nice
one?
we bought it twice.
Hey, they're different colors.
They are. I know. I just noticed that when
Me too.
I bet you it's. I wonder if it's like. Can you see? Is it the same printing company on this section? See on the here. Is it the same printing company?
Yes,
Yeah.
Cooperative Press.
Maybe it's just like the year it was printed.
This is 2014.
Well, this is the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. What else? So yeah. So we will throw this in. We're gonna pull prizes from the chatter and the FO thread. So
It's a weird heel.
FO thread will get this. Chatter thread will get this and a skein of yarn. Chatter thread will get a skein of yarn. And this will run until... When should we run it till? End of March? What's
today?
Today's February 5th. Should we
Okay.
just run it? We're just going to run it to the end of the month.
Okay.
So end of the month. I'm going to say no whips. Or should we do whips?
I have 2 whips I would like
You
to.
can't win.
Yeah, but I can participate.
You don't even... You no. When's the last time you went...
What? I always participate in our knit-alongs. Don't I? No? Maybe I don't.
No, I don't think
I think I always do.
maybe not.
Yeah.
No.
Look how much shorter I look than you.
I know. That's why people always think I'm taller. We just had this conversation.
We totally did. I
Yeah.
slash.
So knit along. We'll
Because
get
my
the
back
threads up.
hurts for carrying this podcast.
Ho ho! All
So
right.
yeah, that sounds great. And there's a ton of sock knit-alongs going on right now. I
Yeah.
think a ton. So enter in a million. Enter in
Correct.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have a chatter FO.
Yeah. Let's do whips.
Okay, whips allowed.
Because then, what if people already started in somewhere else?
Yeah, chatter FO. Have fun. Have a blast, and we'll pull winners. We'll close it. Whatever. Do we have 28 days this year? Yeah. Right.
In March, May, June.
No, we're February.
February.
Yeah. How many days?
28.
We don't have 29 this year. All right.
No.
February 28th.
So
We'll close
March, end of March.
it. We just said end of February. February 28th. Right? Because March is when we do our spring one, right? So we do March, April, and May. We typically have a 3-month knit along starting March 1st.
Okay.
Would you like to have a continued conversation about when it ends?
No, that's great. So just be clear. Say it one more time.
February 28th.
Done.
Ends. Sock.
We'll pull prizes on the 29th.
All right. So now that we got the admin stuff out of the way that we typically do at the beginning, my first whip is living in my Lila Styles bag.
Oh,
And if you know me, you know I love Buffy. It's probably my favorite show all time.
I know.
Next to Profiler.
that's a great show. Anybody remember that?
I love Profiler.
Me too.
The first...
You can't get it on Blu-ray
No, you...
or a streaming or anything.
It's
They
not
only have it
streaming.
on like DVD.
Who do I have to write to? Do you think I have to write whoever aired it first, that
I
company?
don't know. Write a letter. Yeah. What was it, Fox? They won't listen
No,
to you.
it definitely wasn't Fox. It was either NBC. I'm pretty sure it was NBC.
Let's start a petition. Bring back Profiler.
I really want a remake.
Me too.
With her daughter.
Her daughter, Chloe.
Being the main character.
Yeah. Great show.
So not a remake, a reboot. A reboot with her daughter as the main character. You know what else?
Her eyes were so expressive.
Oh my gosh.
Remember we
So
took a
good.
picture of... You were
For
so
something.
obsessed with her eyes.
So here's a really funny thing about that show too. Obsessive. So back in the day when I watched it, it used to air on like Saturdays at 1 a.m. or something. 12, somewhere between 11 and 1.
Probably because nobody
And
else watched that show.
My friends and I would all be hanging out. We'd be having adult beverages, and I would literally make everybody stop and watch the show.
I know.
And I think I actually recorded it on a VCR.
Probably because that's what.
That's how
remember
old
we
we
had
are. We had VCRs.
What was the remote control thing that you were able to set up on your VCR when you had to look through your TV guide? It gave you a special code that you had to put it in. Do you remember that? Wow, we're so old.
That's back when TVs were black and white.
Yeah. What the hell was the name of that recording thing? Genie? No, that was Game Genie.
No, not TiVo.
No, it wasn't. It was way before TiVo. It would hooked up to your VCR, and it was like a code that you put in. Like you go through the TV guide, and it would say whatever it is, put in 4,
Remember
2,
buying
1.
a TV guide?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So here we go. Buffy.
Okay.
All right. So these are just some random socks that I started. I came upstairs, and we have all of our minis.
Oh my gosh, they're so much fun. I
And
wasn't prepared.
we have all of our minis in a bag in the other room. And so I just went and I grabbed 3 that I thought would look kind of cool together. And I cast on a pair of shorty socks because I was wearing my Rose City rollers recently, and they were super comfy. So I thought, why don't I have more shorties? So here are the 3 yarns that I chose. So I have this blue, gray, and white yarn. This one is like a corally, salmony. It has some like red bits in it.
Yeah, fun.
And then
Super
a nice, I would say mostly white. And then you have some orange, yellow,
dead.
And maybe some green bits.
Yeah.
So I cast on my Chagu US 0, so 2 millimeter.
It's fun, Kev.
I took them out though because I wasn't happy with something that I did. So I still don't know if I'm super happy with these, but here's what I did. Cast on 72 stitches. I did 10. I wrote it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows of a 2x2 rib. Then I did 4 rows of just the knit with the blue. Mm-hmm. I did my heel flap and gusset using this color. And then I went back to my blue. And I went down till I had about 11 grams, just so I could have enough for the next one. Switched back to this.
Yeah.
I'm at 11 grams now, but I'm not ready for my toe. So I'll probably just add this.
Yeah.
And then finish that off with the toe.
Yeah. Or what if you fade it?
So I kind of wish I did a striping through here. I think it would have been a little more fun instead of being all like color blocky. But
I like the color blocky.
I don't mind it. I just wanted another
This
way.
is a really fun color.
I love this one. I don't know where these are from either.
Huh.
Actually, my next 2 projects. No, that's a lie. The other one I know where it's from. This I have no idea where it's from. Any of these because they don't have tags. So I'm thinking though, I have to believe it's Trilogy Yarns. It's the only advent that I've received. I think that's typically where all of our advents are from. We have the one from Lollipop Girl, right?
Yeah, we have
but
to.
We
I want
have
to knit with that. My God, this
we have that
gorgeous.
We have that separate.
We do.
So
Yeah,
I
we're
don't know
keeping
where
that.
I don't know where else it could be from. So I think it's Trilogy.
Yeah, it might be. Nancy, did you do this?
But it's not my. It's not the Halloween advent from this year. This year was Practical Magic, right? It's not this year's Practical Magic because I have that separate as well. So that's what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. But again, I just wanted a way to use up minis. And what I did was measured my Rose City rollers. They were 50 grams. So I figured 60 grams would give me enough. And then
to do both socks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then one thing that I did on another sock that I'll show you guys. So I always pick up an extra stitch when I do my heel flap.
Uh-huh.
And because you're knitting you're picking up along this edge, the first edge with this color. When you go pick up your extra stitch, it does this little bit here.
Oh, the little crisscross.
So what I did on a recent pair is I didn't pick up the extra stitch the first time around. When I go back around and do it through the back loop, I picked up an extra stitch because then I was knitting with this color.
Good idea.
To try to prevent that from happening.
Right.
So I'm going to see how that works. So far, I think it looked like it worked okay.
Great.
And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm not following a specific pattern. My heel flap and gusset, I followed Coffee Talk Socks. I followed her numbers for that. That's by Tracy Miller. I'm actually wearing mine today. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about these.
I like the color blocking. I think it's really, really cool.
You know what the only thing actually I don't like is that it creates so many damn ends for me to weave in.
What if we order pizza for lunch? Now that the roads are safe, there's not.
What are we going to have for dinner?
Leftover pizza.
Maybe.
Like, why don't we get like pizza and mozzarella sticks
And
like garlic knots or something?
okay, yeah, we'll see.
And we'll have like a carb fest.
Okay.
And then we'll have whatever's left over. Maybe they'll bring us some ice cream too.
They will not bring us ice cream. I do have to run out today anyways, though.
Maybe.
So,
Why not just run out tomorrow?
we'll see. All right, so that's my first whip.
Lovely. Next I'll show it's a this was a quick cast on because I needed something mindless and something not really mindless, but something that I can go on autopilot during our men's knit night.
Oh yeah.
Because I just can't be trusted, especially like we ended up having a drink during it as well.
Well,
and
several.
We had two, three, two.
3 maybe.
So I couldn't do anything like patterned, and I didn't have anything that was just stockinette, so I needed something stockinette. So I cast on a sock. This is living in our bearded pearl bag, which I love this bag.
I know. It makes me happy when I see it.
Me too. It's so good. It's a perfect size for it.
Yeah.
So this is using Kevin's yarn. This is in rhubarb. And this is how it's knitting up, which is gorgeous. It's so good, Kev.
That's fun.
It's so fun.
And you know what? The reason I dyed that up again is I want to say it was Elizabeth who sent me over an image of her socks.
Sure.
I think with rhubarb, and I was like, oh man, it looks really good. Let's dye it up again and see if I can replicate that with my notes. And I thought I did a pretty good job. I had to figure a couple things out.
Yep.
On how I dyed it, like the dye method that I used, but I did. And I think it's so fun because it's using yellow and black dye and purple.
And look at all the colors you get,
and that's not what you get at all.
Right. And, you did a really good job dyeing it. It's not giant pools, really? Right? Like the speckles or everything is like spread out nice, I think.
Yeah. No, I like that color.
Yeah. So I cast this on just with no pattern in mind at first. I did 72 stitches. I did a German twisted cast on, which I love. I did these on 9-inch circular needles. 2.25 millimeter. I think I did 15 rows. Did I? Oh, maybe I wrote it down. I don't know if I did, actually. I don't think I wrote these down. No.
Ooh, you're already failing.
I'm not. Well, I'm sorry. It was a last minute thing. So I got the ribbing done right before we finished, or right before we got on for the knit night. And I've only been knitting these during, I knit this during the knit night, and then I did a couple of rows during our Thursday night knit group, because I'm right now at the heel. So what I ended up doing was I found a sock pattern that I wanted to try, and I realized after I did the ribbing that I wanted to try this sock pattern. I will, this is our pronunciation.
So you're following a pattern?
I am now. I'll explain in a second.
Okay.
So this is a basic sock with an integrated heel. It's by, and I'm going to screw this name up, Albione McLaughlin. That's the name. I'm so screwing it up. But it's actually an Irish pattern. It's called something different. Do I need to go? Oh, I thought I was
in Good Notes
being clever. No, I have to actually click on the thing. So this is what it's called. It's pronounced Stoki Bunosai.
I can't with you.
It just means basic sock in Irish. See, it tells you like how to pronounce it there. Okay. Stoki Bu Nusa. Stoki Bu Nusa. So that's what it is. And it's a basic sock pattern, but it's got an integrated heel. So it mimics a heel flap and gusset.
Oh, that's a good. I have a question again.
In a way. So there's the heel.
Okay.
It kind of mimics a heel flap and gusset, but you're not picking up stitches. In your knitting, you're continuing to knit in the round. You're just adding stitches on each end. It looks really, really interesting.
Yeah.
It was a $4 euro, so it's about $6 US. The cool thing about this is that she's got measurements and sizing and everything for fingering, sport weight, and DK.
Oh, that's great.
Which is really good. And she's got a ton of notes, how step by step on how to do the integrated heel. And they look like they're so comfortable. She's got pictures on how to do everything. So you basically are knitting in the round the entire time, and then when you get to the heel, you're adding a bunch of stitches, and then you're just doing short rows for just a short amount of time, I guess, from what I understand in the pattern.
Could you add a contrast with that type of heel?
Maybe when you get to the heel turn. So maybe only your heel turn. All the pictures that I've seen are in like one color.
Okay.
Which is fine for this. This is like
Right.
exactly what I'm looking for. It's a basic sock, right? So the reason why I say I didn't follow the pattern until after is that the pattern calls for a 1x1 rib.
Okay.
And I did a 2x2 instead. And she's got like measurements for how long you knit the cuff for. But I'm right at the mark for when I want to put in my heel. So I'm going to be putting in my heel maybe today or tomorrow. And I'll let you guys know. If you've knit this, let me know what you think of the integrated heel. I just thought it was really interesting. That means I can stay on my 9-inch circulars.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, until I get to the toe.
That'll be fun to see.
Yeah, so really simple, basic sock. I'm sure all of my Irish family, because we all know that I am Irish now. All of my Irish family are probably going to be telling me how to pronounce things. Although the Irish are very nice people, because we got an invitation saying if you're 20% Irish or 0% Irish, you're welcome here. So
what was really funny too is that after the last podcast, going to your parents, when you told your brother about the like he does his Italian accent, but when you told him about being more Irish on there, he switched over to an Irish accent and all that.
You find my brother very funny.
Your brother,
you find him very
he's
funny.
Hysterical.
I find him. I don't find him funny.
He cracks me up.
I'm the older brother, so I have to say that.
All right. So my next project is living in my field bag.
Oh, I forgot about these bags. I haven't used mine in a long time.
And this I just found yesterday. I've been looking for these socks for a good month.
Yeah. If you were a little bit more organized, you would have known where they were.
Let's not talk about organization. I just organized my notebook and my needles and my Ravelry. We're one step at a time.
Oh, that sounds really good. And we're in February right
I know.
now.
So I'm doing a vanilla sock. I'm using To The Max, which is now Frankie Gray fibers.
Yes.
This is a DK weight sock set. It is
those 9-inch circulars got to you. Huh?
80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 274 yards or 251 meters. This is in the colorway Metal and Kids, and it is this colorway
it's
through
gorgeous.
And through.
It totally.
Oh, sugar dandy.
Did it fall off the needles?
Yeah, hold on.
Sugar dandy?
Yeah. So I'm knitting these magic loop on Chowgu. I am following a pattern. I'm using the Spree Socks by Summerlee.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Let's go to my good notes. Socks. Spree Socks by Kemper Ray. Junkyard Designs. It's a free pattern. I just did my leg a little bit longer. I did 7.5 inches for my leg. So I cast on 48 stitches in one of the minis. Guys.
Right? She did a good job.
Hold on. Let's just hold all of this together.
Isn't that good?
I mean, you have the purple for her.
Yeah, totally good.
I can't even with this colorway. I love knitting with. I love the way it's knitting up. So I used this mini for my cuff, and I'll use it for my toes.
Oh, good idea.
And
do you have enough for 2 socks to do toes?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That's a good point. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I'll have to wait and see what's left. But then I'm running a chance. I don't know. Well, whatevs. And then I cast on how many stitches do you think? I did what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows of a 2x2 rib, 7.5 inches total length for my leg. I did a heel flap and gusset in color 2. For some reason, and I don't know why, I really struggled with this. I went to the Sock Ladies, the Crazy Sock Lady K's pattern to get her heel flap and gusset count, because I was using the one in this pattern and my numbers were coming off. I wasn't coming up with the right numbers, so I was probably doing something wrong. I'm sure it's my fault and not the designer's. So I just did this today where I did my heel turn. I picked up my gusset. And this is the sock where I picked up the stitch afterwards so that I did not have the extra color just popping through. And I think it worked out pretty well.
Pretty dandy.
I might have a bit of a extra space here, but it's something blocking should probably fix.
Okay.
But yeah, so a nice quick knit. These are on, I want to say US
Those are
fours. Yep, US fours. Needles coming loose. I'm using my
You're a
5
mess.
inch. What?
You're a mess with this, huh?
Yeah, I'm using my 5-inch tips for this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's it. So hopefully I'll finish these soon now that I found them, because I have been enjoying my DK socks. I have my pair from Woolens and Ash that I really enjoy wearing them. They're quite comfy, and I don't have an issue wearing them in my sneakers.
Yeah, I don't either.
So it's just more socks than I really would like enough. And I think I might have them now to be able to wear a pair every day. Mm-hmm. I would ideally like enough to kind of get through at least 2 weeks without having to wash the knit socks, where then I could just soak them. Right now we throw them in the wash and then hang them to dry, but I would really prefer...
Me too. I want to start getting better
to start
at that.
soaking them.
Yeah.
So that's my last whip.
Wonderful. Let's stay on the sock parade. I actually have a new sock pattern to share as well before I get into what my next whip is. This was a wonderful gift, this pattern. Let me just see if I can pull it up so that I can get you the info. This is from Just Livin' Designs. Just Livin'. They created a new sock pattern. It's called DK Shadow Wrap Heel 2 Ways, which is really nice. She sent me the pattern. Her name is Shannon. I'll pull up the pattern. It is really fun. So I have the shadow wrap heel, which is very similar to like a fish lips kiss. You have your twisted twin stitches that you knit together. It's very, very easy. You don't have to keep track of like a count.
And what is it? It's just more symmetrical, right?
Mm-hmm. Look how fun. Oh, nice. So with this pattern, she's got some interesting like color work happening, like contrast.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
On this one. So the pattern has a ton of information. I'm not sure how much the pattern costs. I'll pull it up in a second, but it's got toe up instructions. It's got top down, cuff down instructions.
Oh, that's really good.
It got instructions on using your contrast color to add that little detail, add different details, take that away. It's
That's a good pattern.
Like 8 pages, which is fantastic. There's charts in there. There's pictures step by step. So I thought this was really nice. So Shannon, thank you so much. Shannon Larson, Just Livin' Designs.
I follow her on Instagram.
I think,
she has a lot of fun designs on there.
She totally does. But this is her information here. And it's DK, which will go super quick. Let me see if I can actually pull up the pattern and let you know. It's a $5 pattern. So that's great.
These actually...
It's fingering held together, too, or DK, whatever you want. So I thought this was really, really cool.
This is another one of her patterns for socks. I just love the yarn, too.
Oh, I love that yarn, too. All right. Yeah. So thank you so much. That was really awesome. I just wanted to share that because that's going to be, I think, one of my next pairs of socks.
Oh, fun.
Speaking of pairs of socks, I have a plan. And I put this out on Instagram. I've been working to try to figure out what I'm going to do with the 3 sock sets that we got from Max and Vincent as part of their Mysterious Forest Club.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided, I bit the bullet. I was thinking, like, do I do a shawl? Do I do, like, socks? I don't want to just do, like, plain socks. These are really cool. So I made the decision that I'm going to use all 3 skeins and do 3 different pattern socks with each one. The first one that the first club that came out, or the first colorway that came out, was the Mysterious Fox.
Oh, are you doing them in order too?
Yeah, I'm gonna do them in order too, just for poops and laughs. Let's see if I have the yarn tag. I do. Oh, look, there's some Chowgoos.
I wonder if those are zeros.
They're not zeros because I'm knitting this on 2.25. So this is Dyed by Dells. This is their collaboration. The two of them was super, super cute. It's on the Mysterious Fox is on the bronze sparkle base, which is 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 10% bronze stellina. And then the mini, which I'll show you in a second, is Cheryl's Coal Gray, and that's 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. Here are the yarns. This is the Fox. I don't think you'll be able to see. You can kind of see.
Look, you see me just like zooming into the screen.
I know. There is definitely bronze sparkle in here.
Yeah.
It's not in your face like.
It's not overwhelming.
Oh, it's like perfect. And here's the mini. So these are the colors together.
You know what I just thought? Because you tend to have, if you're doing all three, if you ever need it, that's a color he has, so you can order it. Mm-hmm. What are you gonna say?
No, you're right. I was actually thinking that, but I'm gonna do something special with my leftovers too. I'm gonna have maybe a fourth pair of socks.
Okay.
So I chose for my first pattern, Coffee Talk, like Kevin was saying, by Tracy Miller. This pattern, I've knit this before, and it still is my most comfortable pair of socks.
I love the pattern.
I do too. So this is Coffee Talk by Tracy Miller. She has a contrast cuffs, heels, and toes, and she does something really fun with the toes and the bottom. She just like creates like a little fade, which I thought would look really, really cool with these two yarns.
Yeah.
I did not think that I was going to have enough of the contrast to do the cuff, and she even says in her pattern that the large size, her testers were either just shy or just hit the numbers. So I didn't want to take any chances, and I wanted to make sure I had enough yarn, especially with that fade at the bottom. So I didn't do a contrasting cuff, but look what I got. So this is Coffee Talk. You can kind of see like the sparkles a little bit.
It shows the texture
Yeah,
of the
see,
pattern
look at
really
see
well.
it like sparkle a little bit in there. Yes, this yarn this has been an amazing knit. I really cast this on to have something like, you know, I can pick up and put down, but I've been like I can't stop picking it up.
Yeah.
So here's your contrast heel.
I love a gusset.
The heel flap and gusset. I don't enjoy knitting the
it.
heel flap and gusset, but I love how it looks.
So
I think I did a great job with it, I have to say.
Yeah, it looks good. You know what I was thinking today about a gusset though?
What
if we wear through it?
How do you replace it? I have no idea.
So I know that we may have to mend it, but what if we like really just
I
blew it out and we need to
I'm very
replace?
nervous because this is a very special yarn.
So that makes me nervous.
Is this how gorgeous this is?
Yeah, it's such a good
Oh
color.
my God.
It's this nice like dusty rose-ish with the gray in it. It's really, really
like the speckled, like everything is
so
just
good.
Perfect. And so I'm using in each skein, I'll show you the other ones. Each skein comes with a little progress keeper.
Yeah.
But instead of using it as a progress keeper, because it's so fun, I clipped it onto one of our, and I should change the color of this one, but I clipped it onto one of our Cocoa Knits stitch markers.
Which, guys, if you didn't know, those Cocoa Knits...
Yeah, they're metal.
They're metal. I thought they were plastic.
Yeah, no, me too.
They're metal.
They're metal. Yeah, it's good quality stuff. So it's fun. So every time I slip, and I'm doing these on 9-inch circular needles instead of the magic loop, which she recommends. I find much happier just knitting in the round. So that's why I have these extra stitch markers here, just to
smart
to keep track of the pattern and the end of the needle one technically. They're going fast. I think I'm so happy with this. Now, my question is, so I did modify the leg. She gives you a length to knit to, but I just added 2 additional repeats to 4-row repeat. So I added 2 additional repeats just to get an extra like half an inch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are the next 2 colors or skeins. I think this one comes next.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. The crow.
Yeah.
The
crow.
The crow. Look at where is it?
The feather.
The feather. This is on a silver sparkle, which you can really see the sparkle there, which is cool because it looks almost like cool, if that makes sense. So this is Mysterious Crow, and maybe I will get another.
I was just going to say, if you really think that you're going to want to, I would recommend,
because this is Vincent's Highland Coup,
buying a.
Maybe does he sell minis by themselves?
I don't know.
Oh my god, he gifted us some minis for Christmas.
Yeah, we have. I know one of them's Married to the Sky. So see if we have them. If not, see about buying these 2.
Maybe.
Because I think that's Married to the Sky.
No, it's Emma Stone.
Oh, Emma Stone.
I love how they name things too.
It's such a cute.
And so this one is the Mysterious Deer, and this is on gold sparkle. So how fun! You have gold, silver, and then bronze. So I am looking for some suggestions for pattern socks. I don't think I'm really looking for like cable socks or anything like that. Just something with like a nice pattern.
You could do Hermione's every day.
I was thinking of doing Hermione's everyday sock because everybody seems to like knit that.
Yeah.
And I think it's a free pattern. Our friend Liam, who was on our knit night, he had a pattern sock, and I can't remember the name of it right now.
You could also, so we have, you can see if any of Matt Akers' socks will work.
Oh, yeah,
the Pride book that we have.
I did look at that. I might do the Wonderland socks.
Right,
actually.
I was going to say,
I looked through the Pride, but I like the Pride socks. Like lend themselves more to like colors.
I feel like this one would suit you better for the Wonderland.
Yeah.
Sock.
I wonder if I put it in my favorites. What Liam? Oh, I did. So Liam suggested maybe this one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sign of 4, a sock for Sherlock.
That's right.
And it's got a heel flap and gusset as well. I could probably do the contrast. I don't see why I couldn't. But that's an interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting pattern. It's like diamonds and.
Yeah, that could be fun. I think that would.
Yeah.
This one here, the deer one, may lend better to that because it has so much texture in it. It may show it well.
I don't know. I think texture shows up better on a lighter pair of socks. Don't you think?
Well, depending on what the texture is.
Yeah. So anyway, if you have some recommendations for a nice pattern sock, that'll be like easy-ish to remember.
How's
but
it
really
almost
show
1
off the
o'clock?
yarn. Because we're gabbing today.
Wow.
I know. Anyway, I am so in love with this. I can't seem to want to like put it down. Max and Vincent knocked it out of the park.
I'm gonna have to find some socks for mine. I think that's a really good idea to do that.
Yeah. I just wanted to do something special and fun, and I just didn't want to do, even though the yarn would lend itself very well to just a vanilla pair of socks. I feel like I haven't done a pattern sock in a while.
But it was funny too. So you and I had the conversation about what to do with these 3 skeins.
Yes.
Because we thought shawl initially, but then had a concern as to whether or not we would wear a shawl that has sparkle.
I'm going to be pissed if Max designs a shawl pattern for this.
But then we were watching Jonathan over at Jonathan Day's podcast, who if you guys don't watch, totally check him out because he's like a prolific sweater knitter too.
Oh, I know.
But
I don't know how people are so good.
He talked about that too, and I thought it was really interesting because we had the same thing, and he thought shawl, and then was like, "Oh, am I going to wear sparkle?" And then then was thinking sock route.
But this sparkle is not like in your face.
No, but still,
yeah, you're right.
You have to know yourself and what you're going to wear, and I don't know that I would wear sparkle.
Yeah.
That would
I will totally wear them on my feet though.
Right. It's a little bit different for whatever reason.
Yeah. So I'm very, 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 very excited about this. It's gonna be a project. I'm just gonna call it a project. I'm getting very chilly.
The heat's probably not on.
No, it's not.
All right. So I have no more whips.
I have one more.
Okay.
I did make some progress on this. This is probably not going to be like super exciting to continue to show either because it's basically just a giant rectangle of stockinette. But it's...
No, you still show
I will. But it's been so much fun to knit, and because I think I love the yarn and I love how drapey everything is feeling right now. This is the Church Mouse Classics Easy Folded Poncho. This I am knitting for our friend Moogie. I am going to do, so there's two versions. I think I mentioned this before. You have the straight version, and then you have the one with the cowl attached to it. And I'm going to do the one with the cowl.
For sure,
yeah.
100%.
So that's what I'm going to
100%.
go for. I think I can see her in that.
Yeah, you have to
easily, right? So I chose City Tweed DK from Knit Picks. Oh, geez. City Tweed DK in the colorway Orca. It is 123 yards for 50 grams. 55% merino, 25% superfine alpaca, and 20% Donegal tweed. It is so soft.
Yeah, this is a good yarn.
Yeah, and it's non-superwash. So I bought like 10 balls of it, I think. And I don't have to tie knots. It's like spit felted together, and it felts together. I probably don't even need to use any. I use water because I don't like spitting in my hand. So I use drops of water to do this. And maybe it's the nurse in me. I don't know. Anyway, this is what I've gotten done so far. I think the tweed. It looks really good. It looks cool, here. And I think she's gonna look great in it. This is where I was before. I think that's Lola.
No,
it's not Lola.
Let me see.
I thought that was Lola.
I don't know. Because Lola's a mini pin.
That looks like a mini pin.
That's not a mini pin.
Oh no, it's La Bien-Aimée. Isn't that her dog?
I don't remember.
No, it's not. I don't know. We don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, I love these.
It's not like we've been doing this for 2 years.
No, we're waiting for a Tarquin one. Hint, hint.
No, you're such a jerk.
So I knit like another 8 inches or so.
How many inches do you have now?
60. Oh no, I don't have 60. No, I have to knit to 60.
But how many do you have? You measured it the other night.
I measured the 10 because I forgot to put a stitch marker, and I remember I had 10 inches.
Oh, okay.
So I'm probably about 18 inches.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's just a giant rectangle. And then I'm gonna block this, and then I've got to fold it and seam it, and then I've got to pick up the stitches and add the cowl.
I bet if you focus on that, you would.
I'm sure I can.
You would fly through that.
I know, but did you see all the fun things
I did, but that's what I don't know. It's really weird. I have currently like cast-on-itis. Like I want to cast on everything.
Everything. I cast on everything.
When I do find when I have a bunch of projects.
Yeah.
At some point, it just hits me like. I just want to finish one instead of working on all 5.
I know, buddy. We're almost... Well, not really.
Not really. No, we are kind of almost
We're almost done.
I can bring them downstairs.
I did a provisional cast-on. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
I did a provisional cast-on, which I was really proud of myself to do that, too. I had never done that before. Use the crochet chain, and then you knit into... I knit into the chain. I've done one. I actually have done one because I think that's what the Montrealer you cast on with a provisional cast on for the Montrealer. But with that one, I think you knit like with the crochet hook in a way, so you create the knit stitch in the chain at the same time. This one I just chained however many it said, and then I knit into the there's a big like eagle outside, and then I knit into that chain there. So it's interesting. Oh, and thank you all so much for your suggestions on what to do with this like giant bunch of yarn. So I just attached it with a clip here, like one of my stitch markers. But a lot of you suggested using like the tab from a bread like package, those like little plastic tabs to wrap the yarn around that. Or there are some other like legit real yarn things that you can wrap your yarn around. I just kind of wrapped it into a little bit of a ball and then I pinned it here. So it's much easier because before I had no idea what to even do with it. It was like dangling all over the place. So that is what I have there. I'm very, very, very happy with the yarn. This would make an amazing sweater. I know Aaron made a sweater out of the fingering version.
No, out of the Aaron weight.
Oh, the Aaron weight version. Yeah. Oh my god, can you imagine? But this
Maybe I'll do the same.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. So I'm very, very happy with this.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful when it's done.
She's going to love it, I hope. I think she will. She'll look really good in it.
Yeah.
And this is living in my Hide and Hammer bag. I got the yellow one. And it's gorgeous. This is an amazing bag. I have all of the skeins of yarn in here, plus the project. Lovely.
All right.
I
so
think...
let's move on to shop.
Okay.
So here's what we have left. So first on DK, we have some of the troll bogies.
Oh, I love this one.
And then also toffee, right? Toffee.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a few of each of those left.
And this is on DK.
DK. This is one of a kind on 100% superwash. So it's like blue, it has some pink and some purple.
Blue, purple,
in there.
and pink, one of a kind.
This is a one of a kind. I think this is the last one. This is on 100%.
This is really pretty.
This is it's
beige,
like some green
mm-hmm.
beige, kind of like a tannish color in there.
Yeah.
This is literally, I think these are the last two. So this one, Ocean Jasper on 100%. Another
these
one
are
on
gorgeous.
75-25. And I love this color. I just dyed some 2 days ago on DK. So that will be in the next shop update.
Yeah, they're so good.
This is Green Goddess. So it is quite different from this one. You probably...
I can see the difference.
This one, when I looked at it, reminded me of the Green Goddess salad dressing. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, that's a lie. No, of a green smoothie, and I found one. Right. I just Googled green smoothie names, and then I saw that one. And then...
Gotta love Dr. Google. I love the twist on him.
This is DK. This is
and that's
pink,
on the 100%.
Pink Sands.
That's gorgeous.
On DK. This is Chestnut Mare.
So this is beautiful.
On what's that on though?
This is on the 80% and 80/20.
And this is a one of a kind. It's a light gray with some blue and yellow speckles. This is 100%.
I'm so proud of you, Kev. You did a really good job. Well, look at how fun that little bit.
This was Shark Bite, which
oh my gosh, this is gorgeous.
Just a blue with some red in it, so it reminded me of like a shark bite in the ocean. And then last is Candy Hearts. And this is on 100% as well.
Right.
So this has some.
So even though Valentine's Day, but even if you don't, it's cute. It's
just
really
got a
pretty.
bunch of different pink tones in it and some peach in it.
Yeah.
So
we have a lot of this.
That's what we have left.
Yeah.
That I love because that was
too.
the
Look
first
how
time
nice.
I tried a different dye method for me.
Right. I
so
like those little speckles that pop up every once in a while.
That was fun to work with or try. This I will say, Ocean Jasper is probably my favorite.
Yeah, me too. It's gorgeous.
The
peppermint bark that you had was phenomenal.
Yeah, peppermint bark I like too, but I really, really love Ocean Jasper.
Do you have all the Candy Heart on 100%?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yep. All right.
Nice.
So, Owl Post. So first up, these are two makers that we have coupon codes. So we are like so appreciative. You guys spoil us. This one, so the first one came last week. Did not know this was coming.
No, and I literally gasped out loud.
And they were like made with us in mind, which is really special.
She talks about what it actually is.
So, so there are two. These were carefully designed and curated for us, based on what you guys know of us. So this is called the Always Bits and Bobs. So it is made with cotton, canvas, quilted wool, vegan suede binding, some poly mesh, and some ribbons. It's 8 by 6 inches.
Let's just show you what we have.
So this is from Always Queenie Believes. So look at this, because I love foxes. And
I just talked, oh my god, how perfect. I just say it just became a nurse.
So my zipper here has a wand cut out into it. Your zipper is a lightning bolt.
And the back zipper is a science project.
Oh, see, mine's the...
Is that not freaking cool?
Both of mine are the wand. So they're like that fun color.
I can't.
So you have a zipper on the front, right? Zipper on the back. So 2 pockets on the outside. Then you open this bad boy up.
Which is a magnetic closure, which is great. Like a magnetic button.
And inside, you have scissors.
Come on. Are you kidding?
You have a place to put your darning needles.
Yes.
Safety pins. A measuring tape sewed in. Erasable highlighter. Stitch markers.
She included all of this stuff.
A thingamajigger, a tape measure. And this is a little mesh pocket.
Yeah, with a button.
Like, what?
And then the scissors are held in so they don't fall out by another button. You can take it out. Oh, I hear you. But look how cute. It's a Yorkie.
Super sharp.
Speaking of Yorkies, ours is crying.
He sure is. Because it's well past his lunchtime.
Yeah. But, so. This, is she selling these?
I believe so. Yeah, it's called her Bits and Bobs.
Yeah.
Always Bits and Bobs.
I can't.
So, go check her out. Again, the coupon code's below. 20%
so all
off.
you need is this and the Delicue, and you're golden for the rest of your life.
So 9-inch Cirque is the coupon code. Always Queenie Believe.
9-inch Cirque.
All right. And then next up.
Oh, I thank you so much. Honestly, it really means so much to us. This was really, really cool.
These just came like yesterday or the day before. These are from Naughty Knitting Sacks, which they're not so naughty, really. They're not as naughty as you would think. With the merman fabric on the inside. I'm going to turn mine inside out.
I was going to turn mine inside out as well. I mean, this guy's kind of rubbing himself a little bit.
No, he's not.
Look at
So
how fun. This is so much fun.
The merman fabric inside.
I love it.
It's got pockets.
Yeah.
So good.
It's so good. Look how big, though.
I know.
That's what she said.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
How could I not? It's a Naughty Knitting Sack.
I know. Such a good bag. So I know.
Oh, look at they're
kissing.
And they're entwined together. Look at his butt cheeks.
Such a good size bag.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Katie,
please take advantage of her coupon code.
Yes. Go check out her shop.
I know she was like waiting for that fabric to come in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she.
Look, and it has a nice handle on it.
Oh my God! It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
And isn't the tag different?
Well, she got her new logo.
Yeah.
Did you see her logo?
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, the tag's just slightly different than the old one.
You see? If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't.
Oh yeah.
Go to her website.
Yeah. All right.
Tarquin, we hear you, bud.
We hear you, bud. So last up is...
No, not last up. We have a ton.
Of Owl Post?
Oh, Owl Post.
No, we're done with Owl Post, right?
Well, I have some Owl Post mixed in with one of our purchases.
Okay. So I'm going to go with a purchase real quick. So I got my final shipment of my Amanda Knits Supernatural Club. I got months 5 and 6. Mm-hmm. So I have Ass Butt and...
I'm going to go get the dog.
Peace Out, Bitches. Do you maybe grab a couple treats for him?
Yeah. Should I give it to him downstairs, you think? Or
no, up here. So, month 5 was Ass Butt, which is this one. So, based on Castile. And again, we've talked about Amanda's clubs and how much we love them. And what I love is that she tells you in here how she goes about dyeing it or her process behind it, which is really interesting. You don't get that. I don't know that I've ever seen that on any of the clubs that I've done. So this is a beautiful, just like light tan. It has some brown speckles and some blue speckles you can see. And then this last one is Peace Out, Bitches. This is based on Charlie. All of the yarn is on her Cantus base, which is 80/20. It's 400 yards, 100 grams. And I figured I would show you guys all of these together in the way that they came. So they went like this. So first up was Bobby's Rust Bucket. Then Hello Boys. Then Jerk. And then Dude, Where's the Pie? So here's the full collection. Let's see. Right. And I know you guys are going to think I'm freaking crazy. I believe this full collection is going to be a brand new Vertices Unite. It uses 5 colors, but I'll use all 6. So I've already been looking at it. I'm going to use the updated version, which is now textured. Each of the sections has some texture to it. So, probably, I don't know, like these two may go together, or it's going to be these two, and then these two may go together, and then these two may go together. But I do need a solid, so like this might be my single solid, or this one. This one actually would probably work better. So I think that's where I'm going to go. But again, she has a new club coming out, a Pokemon club. So if you like Amanda Knits or you've never tried her, definitely go give her shop a look. She has a website.
Yeah.
And she's
also like a graphic designer. She makes I'm sure you talked about
her stickers,
everything that she includes in her club. She's got a lot of fun extras. Ton of fun extras.
Yeah, and I feel like Amanda's like one of the first dyers who ever reached out to us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, indie dyers, yeah.
So that was one purchase that came in.
Okay. I made a purchase for a future project. This is a disaster now. And my dad, I don't know if it's a surprise for him. It doesn't matter because I'm going to be showing on the podcast, and now that he watches the podcast, it won't be a surprise. My dad loved Kevin's Ivan sweater that he knit, that cardigan. So my dad does not, he's eating a lot of, I brought up a few of them, the big ones. My dad does not usually he's not really one to wear a lot of knits, I think. So when he said that he wanted that sweater, he liked that sweater, I had to buy some yarn, and I'm going to try to knit the Ivan for my father. So I bought the yarn from Knit Picks. They had a great sale of their Simply Worsted or Simply Wool Twists, and this is what I got. So I'm gonna do his sweater in this. It is Simply Wool Twists. It's Winkle and Wanda, 218 yards for 100 grams.
Mine was
yours was Wadsworth and Wanda. Wordsworth and Wanda.
Yeah.
I mean, I could not believe the sale. And actually, Caleb from Drowning in Yarn
told
us know about the sale. We had to jump right on it. So thanks, Caleb. So I don't know when I'm going to cast this on. Probably when one of my larger projects is done. I do want to do a sweater for myself as well. For Rhinebeck. That's going to be my so
There's
basic.
still plenty of
I know we've got like 9 months.
Yeah.
But when I see things. Anyway, it's super soft. I don't know when I'm sure the sale is over. Yeah, your sweater is holding up very, very well.
Yeah.
I might make some modifications to the pattern. I'm not sure if he will like certain parts of the sleeve or
yeah,
whatever.
You totally can. Jared Flood made modifications
I
to it, so that would see if he has a pattern page, maybe with the mentioned.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
It's really cool. The yarn is super soft, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a very nice base. It's not on sale. It's affordable. I think it's like $6 a skein.
I got 10 skeins of it, and I think we paid like $60. With everything, like shipping and everything.
It's a good worsted weight, and it's not too heavy.
No, ow.
It's not a 4-ply, so it's not very heavy and dense.
Right.
So it does make a nice fabric.
Yeah, totally. That's that.
All right. And then our next purchase came from
Woolens and Nosh.
This was a combo purchase.
It was. Well, it was a purchase out of necessity.
Correct.
That turned into, we can't just buy a mini.
Right. And it was her shop update, so we had to shop the shop
and we had
update.
to support our friend.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting a couple of skeins of yarn.
I got a sock set. So this is Sunfish.
This is a lot less than we purchased over the Rhinebeck weekend.
True.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So this is, I think, 3-color stripe.
Yeah.
And then have the mini for heel toes and cuffs, possibly.
Yeah.
What was really cool is I watched Michelle's not YouTube, Instagram Live, where she talked about the update, and she talked about her pricing. Because I guess she gets questions about that. She bases her pricing off the number of stripes. So there's like
which is so clever because that's a lot of work.
Like 3 stripe price, anything over, and I don't know, I'm making these numbers up. So anything maybe over like 5 or 6 stripes is a next tier, and then anything 10 stripes or more is a third tier of pricing, which I think is super smart. It makes a ton of sense because I watched a video on how she dyes self-striping yarn. It's super freaking cool and really crazy labor intensive and stuff everywhere. So so I'm excited for this because I'm going to do this year. My goal is self-striping regular sock, self-striping regular sock. So that's what I'm going to do.
This is going to be the year of socks.
With I plan on at least one pair a month, one full pair,
not including shorties. Okay, great idea. And I chose Nevermore.
We don't have that.
We probably do.
We do right there. That's probably mine. Because I saw it and I loved it, and you were like, "Oh, I love it."
I do.
But I do love Nevermore, so I'll take this.
Okay. Her Targi base is it's incredible. It's so incredible.
Yeah, that's my bin. So I'm glad I didn't ask you to buy me one.
I almost did. I almost had 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, because yours, Woolen and Ash, is over there, and here's mine. Although that could be yours too. I don't know that I bought that many skins.
No, I think we went a little over.
I'm not quite sure.
We can go back to watch.
Well, either way, we each have our own.
Either way, we
each have our own now.
So nice, worth purchasing twice.
I'm going to go off topic. Should I order pizza now?
Yes.
Do you think it's enough time? All right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost done, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Then I think we have one more thing to show. This. I am a sucker. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say, you have one more thing to show.
Yeah.
I didn't make any other purchase. I did, but it hasn't arrived, and it's not yarn.
No? What did you get? What did you get? Did you tell me?
I got a book. A new book coming to me.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Bubba. I am a sucker for a kit, and I have obsession right now with North Bay Fiber and Jill Zielinski, and I just can't stay away. And I might have to block her on Instagram so that I don't see like what she's posting anymore. It took everything in me to not buy the hat set that she had. Shoot, I can't remember the name of it. It's what was the name of the hat that she had? That she's doing a sweater now with it.
Is it the kit that
yeah.
whatchamacallit
Yeah.
Right.
Kim and Kate, I think, got him. No, Kim and Laura got him, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the.
I don't know.
It's
I
a
have to pull
color
it up.
one.
It's a colorwork one, and oh son of a.
Hold on, bud.
Anyway, it was. I just want to know the name of
the hat.
Yeah, here's the sweater.
Oh.
In a flurry, so that she had a hat. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. Baby. And then she did a sweater. So that's in a flurry sweater. The hat was gorgeous. Anyway, long story short, it took everything in me to not buy that hat kit. But then she put out another hat kit that I just had to buy, and I got it. So this is cable knit kisses, and I will show you what it is. Oh, I probably should have gotten this all set up. Oh, do you smell this?
No.
No, smell the.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
come here, bud.
Okay, so this kit, her kits are divine. So she includes a candle. This is a small batch curated candle. It is cable knit kisses.
Well, not all kits come with a candle. This kit did.
The hat kit came with one too.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh wow.
So we got a beautiful candle. You get the yarn to make the hat. Maybe it would be better if I actually showed you. Here it is. Showed you the hat. She had a red and a natural, And I chose the natural. This is Cable Knit Kisses. Look at that, how cute with the X's and O's and the hearts. It's cabled hat. So I got the, it comes with a main and a mini just so that you have enough to do the hat.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm super excited because this yarn is definitely going to lend itself very, very well to cables. It's on her Heritage base, which is 100% Targhee Polypay wool. It is DK weight, non-superwash. It's woolen spun, super airy. 23 microns, 150 yards per 50 grams.
He went away.
Okay. So I cannot wait. I'm gonna. I found this on the web. You did? What did she find on the web? School of Information. Abba Aku. Is that how I sound?
Probably. That's what people think of when they
That's
watch.
Stupid. If you don't follow her, I'm gonna go through the rest of the kit, but if you don't follow North Bay Fiber on Instagram, please follow them and her, and please, I would subscribe to her newsletter because the kit, her yarn sells out so fast, and she's curating all these things, and she's doing really fun things. You can see pictures of the sheep. You can see them. This is the breed of sheep. Aren't they freaking cute?
Yeah.
And it's a little bit saying that you're going to find bits of hay, and I love that stuff. She like stickers. There's some candy in here. There's a handmade
cute.
tag. This is really fun. I think this smells too. This kit just smells amazing.
He's not pleased with us.
No. Oh my god, this is like an air freshener or a car. Oh, it smells. This is what made the whole. It smells so freaking good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like apple-y.
Yeah, it has an apple scent to it.
Isn't that cute?
It is.
All right, and then there's a cute little stitch marker in here, which is a little bird. Jackie Bean. Maybe we'll have them linked down below. I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, we'll link it below.
But look how cute that little stitch marker is. And then there's that's a progress keeper, and then there's a stitch marker here, which is a gold.
It looks
heart.
like there's two. Right? 2 hearts?
2 hearts.
Yeah.
Oh, they're better than one. It's like us.
So I wonder if that's what's that bird?
Cardinal?
No.
It looks like a cardinal, like a pink cardinal.
Or is it a lovebird? Is that what they are?
Oh, maybe. No, lovebirds are like little ones. I don't know.
I mean, this isn't a big bird. It is a little bird.
And then she included
Owlpost.
2 owl post. So these are 2 of her newer colors. This one is bullhead.
Love that brown.
Oh my god, is that gorgeous or what? That's bullhead.
Yeah.
And this one is watershed. These actually might be a. Is that gorgeous or what?
Yeah, that's a nice.
So
blue.
these are really pretty together.
They are. I love blue and brown together.
Me too.
Hence, blue and brown together.
Yeah, but like, would this not be a nice like brioche?
Hat?
Maybe. I want a hat. The cable knit hat that I'm gonna knit. I think that's a beautiful gift. I'm gonna knit that as a gift. But this, I want to put something on my dome.
So yeah, I just don't know if.
But I have some other things left
over.
over.
The top of my head, I don't know a DK brioche hat.
Me neither. Jill, you want to design me one? I'm just kidding. And so I just can't. Thank you so much. I am obsessed with her yarn, and probably by the end of the day today, I'll unfollow her.
I gotta cast something on today. I don't know what yet.
I don't know, but I want to smell this all the time. I'm gonna put that in my car.
Okay.
All right. And I think that's officially.
That's it.
It.
So we just wrap up with what we've been reading and watching.
Okay.
So watching.
Hey, can I gush on somebody real quick? Not gush on them, but just say. So
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Colin?
Yep.
So, Inspired Fiber Works, we talked about her because you won that.
Yeah, I won her
Advent.
And we met her at Rhinebeck. Her name's Ronnie.
Yeah, so he's 9 years old, her son, right? 9 years old. And he knits. And I feel really bad because I was looking back at some of our Rhinebeck pictures.
Yeah.
And he's in the Rhinebeck picture with all of us from
Yeah, I remember seeing him.
Right, and we saw him.
Don't know.
I feel like I saw him like coming in our direction to say hello, and then next thing you know, like we didn't get a chance to say hello.
Rhinebeck was a blur.
It was so much fun though.
It was a blur.
But Colin, he 9 years old. This kid has he's got like his own little YouTube channel. He's got 2 knitting videos on there of him just like knitting. He's working on like a scarf, and it's just so cool. And he's really, enthusiastic about it, and makes comments like, if you're a 9-year-old and you like to knit too, you should try this, and like it's really cute. Yeah. And I think it's so cool, and I think we just need to empower our these kids to get into it, because this is like so great. He's gonna have these like skills, and like he's so excited about it, and I just wanna shout out and just say, you inspired us too, because I think it's really cute to know that, like what you're doing, and it's so super cool.
And it's I think too sometimes it's really hard being a guy who knits.
Totally.
But what's really interesting, that led me to remind me, is that I didn't finish it, watching a documentary type of thing on YouTube about the history of knitting. And it goes back talking about how only men could be considered master knitters back in Europe.
Really?
So if there was a technique that was considered a master technique, men could have women working under them. They could only do the simple things if it was considered something masterful. Only the male master knitter could do it. And families all knit at this time.
Right,
husbands, wives, and their kids. That they had to make a law during harvest season that nobody could knit. And I don't remember, I think this was the UK, because people would knit and make more money off their knits than they could off their harvest.
Oh, yeah.
So they wouldn't be harvesting. So, I have to finish watching it, but seeing him knit and then seeing this, you forget that it was initially a predominantly male skill.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Like, this is him and Lewis
at Rhinebeck.
So Colin.knits is his Instagram. I think, he's showing, it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
There's him and his mom.
It was really,
it was really cool, and it's neat to see. So just wanted to give him a little shout out.
Yeah. So hi Colin, if you watch. What else did we watch? We finished finally.
Thank
after
God.
Years. We finished Foundation.
That's what it felt
all
like.
10 episodes.
Yeah.
We watched the last episode last night, and I thought it wrapped season 1 up incredibly well.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see where season 2 goes now.
Me too.
Released.
I mean, like the big reveal, we knew it was going to be a reveal.
Yeah.
But it was nice to actually see it, happen.
Again, just a beautifully shot.
It really is.
Show. I at some point in my life I would like to maybe read the book, but not right now at this point in my life.
Yeah.
But I have watched it.
What was interesting, I thought, was that they alluded to all originating on Earth.
Yes.
So that was really interesting.
Yes, you're correct.
And then how everything like diverged. Mm-hmm. But it's so weird because like hundreds of years take place.
The originating on Earth though is kind of like a fairy tale to them,
right?
Too.
Because it was so
long. It's not fact,
right?
It's not history,
right? Super interesting.
So it's on Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
So if you have that, if you like sci-fi shows, I would definitely.
Give it a shot too.
I don't know that we've watched much of anything else, like our podcasts.
We've been watching a lot of podcasts.
I don't know movie wise that we've watched. I don't think so. Basketball. I've been watching.
Oh, that's why.
That time of year for
season.
me.
Yeah.
There was a. So I kind of just been doing that. Basketball. We did Foundation.
Yeah.
I working from home, which actually ends this week for me. I'll be going back to the office 3 days a week. I finished season 5, part 2 of Teen Wolf, so I'm on the final season now.
Oh, good.
So I'm on season 6, which is also 2 parts, but I'm on part 1. So I'll be wrapping that up within the next couple of weeks because I can only get like 2 episodes in a day.
Yeah.
When I'm working from home, if I have time, I throw it on when I'm working because I've seen it, so I can I know what's going on, but I can look up and like catch a scene.
Sure.
And I think that's it, watching wise. I don't think we've watched much.
No.
Wait, did we watch Eternals? Did we talk about that last time?
We did talk about it. I think
Okay.
we talked about it because we weren't sure how we felt about it.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to what we've been reading.
Okay. It is getting warmer. Okay, I'll go. So I'm almost done with what the hell is the name of it? Times Convert by that author who I always get screwed
Deborah
up.
Harkness?
Deborah Harkness. She's struggling right now with some health stuff, but she's holding her own. It's it's good. I did find that compared to the trilogy, I'm not very well versed in American history.
No?
No. Like, they're talked a lot about revolutions, like during that time in the French Revolution, the American Revolution, and they have a lot of, names, like Thomas Paine and some names that I recognize, but I don't remember from like history class.
I can see that.
And it's interesting because I felt more connected to the history, like to that medieval style history in the trilogy, like when they went back, like in Shadow of Night, when they went back to Elizabethan times.
Yeah.
Like, I felt more connected to that time period, and I felt like I understood that time period more than I did, like, say, 17th, 18th century America, which was really interesting. So I was having a hard time, I think, connecting to some of the characters and, like, understanding really kind of some of the things that were happening.
Okay.
So it was just an interesting, like, retrospective for myself.
Yeah.
But it's good. I'm really almost done. I think I have like an hour left.
Oh, that's not awful.
No.
You'll probably finish it the next couple of nights.
Maybe the next week, the way that I read in 5 minutes and I fall asleep.
No, you read a little bit more than you give yourself credit for. It depends on what time you go to bed, though.
It does.
If you go to bed at any time after 9, like literally any minute after 9, then it's about a 5-10 minute read. If you go to bed before 9, you could probably get a good 20, maybe a half hour.
True.
I have finished 2 books, and we're going to talk about while I'm struggling, because we've talked about this before, where my goal was to finish my series that I haven't finished reading. So,
because your word of the year is finish,
right? So I wanted to finish, and I will. I wanted to finish the Iron Druid Chronicles by Kevin Hearne.
Yes,
I finished book 7. Right? Yeah. So I finished book 7 called Shattered. Did I also finish book... What did I finish last time? I finished Trapped. Oh, so I finished 2 books. I'm sorry. I finished
That's
Hunted.
what you said, 2 books.
Well, 3. I finished 3 books. Total. So I finished Hunted and Shattered by Kevin Hearne in the Iron Druid Chronicles. I have 2 books left. Where I'm at, though... What's wrong?
I thought the microphone wasn't plugged in.
Oh. Can you imagine?
Oh my god.
So, in the beginning of book 8...
In the beginning of time...
He recommends going to read a short story that's included in a different book.
Oh yeah,
has 3 separate stories.
You were a little bit upset with that.
That short story is like $5. And
just for
that kind of makes me angry. If you recommend that it needs to be read before a book, I feel like it should have been a chapter in the book.
Sure.
Or something, or it should be, honestly, it should be a free read.
If you need to...
If it's recommended by the author to read this short,
sure.
I don't know. I didn't like that, so I actually put it on hold.
Okay. But
speaking of Hunted and Shattered, I really enjoyed Shattered. This we had... So in Hunted was really good too. They were both really good. The thing that's changed in these 2 books is that in books 1 through 5, the only person that we heard from was the main character Atticus.
Oh.
In books 5 or 6 and 7, book 6 we have the voice of Atticus and his apprentice. So we have their 2 voices. So that was interesting, getting into a second headspace. And then in book 7, we're now in 3 headspaces. And I won't say who because that would give something away if you haven't read it. So that was an interesting switch in the dynamic of the book and reading it. Book 7 was cool because there's kitsune in it, which corresponded with me watching Teen Wolf because there's a kitsune in Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
So it was great to head to Japan and have another like pantheon introduced. Jesus popped back into, which was cool. Yeah, there was a lot that kind of happened in those. So I don't know what to do about the other 2 books. So if you have read Iron Druid Chronicles, let me know if that short story between books 7 and 8 are worth it, or if I should just read 8 without reading that short story. So because of that, I went to one of my little gay novellas. This one was called, what the hell is this one called? Something Arrangement. Oh, Roommate Arrangement. That's right. Let's go to the beginning. It's Saxon James. It's my first time reading a book by them. Oh. And I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I love the 2 characters. I literally was up one night reading till midnight because I just wanted to see what was happening. And that's very rare for me to stay up for that genre of books to like just want to keep going.
Absolutely.
One of the main characters, he leaves his marriage. He gets divorced because his husband cheats on him. So he kind of goes back to his hometown. And he's 40 years old, and now he's the roommate of somebody. Mm-hmm. So, and it's not somebody, it's like a high school friend of his brother's. So it's just that interaction between them and their relationship evolving. And the 2 of them just kind of growing and getting outside of their comfort zones a little bit. And then I started this when it popped up on Instagram or Facebook. It's called From the Dust. It's book 1 of the Ember Society by... I hate that it says Kindle Unlimited on the bottom because I can never see the author's name on here. So let's go to cover. All right. So by A.R. Colbert. There's a cover.
It's a neat cover.
So this is in the vein of like a Hunger Games, like that type of YA novel. Uh-huh. So it takes place over a century after the Great War. And you in high school or in school, you take an aptitude test and find out what you're going to be. Are you going to be a worker? And worker ranges from everything like a butcher, a secretary, blah, 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 blah. So there's like all these different levels, but all of them live outside of the city wall. There's a city wall. And you don't know yet who lives beyond there. And then there's a fence for the outside world. And people get exiled and they're called outsiders. So I'm probably less than 10% and I just started reading it last night. But the main character has just found out that she is being classified as an empath, which isn't something that she had was even an option in her world. So we're going to find out how that impacts her and her family. But I feel like it's going to be very Hunger Games. Like she's going to go into the Capitol and it's not going to be what everybody thought it was. Right. There's no television. That was something that the only television that they see is news and news that's broadcasted on other major cities. Oh. So I thought that was interesting too. That is interesting. And yeah. So I haven't read much of it, but so far it's good. I think I also don't believe that what they're being told about the outsiders is probably true. It's probably false statements. So as her eyes open to what the world's really like, I think it'll be a good book. Totally. And as of right now, I think there's 3 books in the series.
Nice. That sounds fun.
And that's what I've been reading, and I think that's all that we have. Oh, that's the pizza.
That's pizza.
All right, so you say goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
Bye, guys. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate you sticking around this long, and then we will see you guys in a fortnight. Until then, have fun. Bye, y'all.